Hey, it's Sean from Retaliation Resale, and on the road, and we came across a listing for a free library sale. And basically, it's something like 25,000 books. They're giving them away for free. And because of COVID, there are time restrictions. So they're doing it the Saturdays, 4 Saturdays in the month. This is the first Saturday, so we thought we would go because the first one's going to be the best. It's 2:30 till 4 o'clock, and I'm not sure how many people they're going to let in, but you have to follow social distancing, so that means 6 feet apart. So I don't know how they're going to run that. I don't know how many people are going. I did it independently. My business partner, Linda, she did it independently. We both asked for the same day. We got it. So I don't know how many other people are gonna be there. So it's going to be interesting. I'm not sure sort of what to expect. I've heard these things can be kind of crazy when they're open to the public and everybody just kind of rushes in, and I've been told that you go the night before if there's a preview sale. But since it's free, I don't know, are they going to limit how many books you can take? The time is limited. How many other people are going to be there? I don't know how any of this is going to work. It will be very interesting, and it's relatively close. It's half an hour away, so it's not too far to drive. I'm in my car. Linda is taking BBB, the Beautiful Book Beast, which is what we've taken calling the Ford Econoline van that we purchased. So we'll see kind of what's going on and what to expect, which I don't know, what's going to happen, and so we'll see. So next video, maybe we'll get some footage from there, and if not, I'll at least tell you kind of what we saw, what happened, if it was worth it, and what we learned. So okay, stay tuned. I left my scanner at home by accident, so I'm using the phone, and I'm in the children's section because all the other areas were kind of packed, and I actually found quite a few books in the kids section, and I found quite a bit of sell back your books for 10 cents, 20 cents, and all the books are free up to 5 boxes, so I'm basically sort of nickel and diming, and that's sort of my approach. But I have found about half a dozen books, about $5, and then some others that are like, $10, $15, $20 and change. So I'm going to just sort of nickel and dime it, and it's all free. So, hey, why not? So, all right, back to work. Hey, everybody, how you doing? It's Sean from Retaliation Resale. And I wanted to do a video about a library sale that I attended back at the beginning of December. So it's a lazy Sunday morning. I got my fluff off cat, my Doctor Who coffee mug. Yeah, I'm a total geek. But just to give you some more information, you've already seen some footage. But as most of you know, I scour the internet in search of free books. And I did come across a listing about a library sale where they were just giving away free books. They had 25,000 books. They were concerned about COVID, so they were doing it on consecutive Saturdays, actually every Saturday in the month. And they had a slot, which was an hour and a half, and they were limiting the amount of people, but they didn't really give a whole lot of information. So I applied, my business partner Linda applied, we got the same slot, which was, I believe, 2 to 3:30. I'll show you the part of the text. I don't have the original Craigslist posting because unfortunately it was taken down. It's expired because it was a couple of months ago. But we showed up not really knowing what to expect. And I thought, hey, let's take the first Saturday in the month that we can get because, we're going to have good access to these books. They won't have been picked over yet by other booksellers, and we won't have as much competition. Well, it turns out that they had already had an open book sale, maybe a month or so before, but they were continually getting new books. And part of the reason why they were just, opening this up, they were giving away books, is because they needed space. You saw the video of the kids section that I was in, the main section was about 3 times as big as that, and there was another little alcove that's about twice as big as the area that I was in for some reference books. And turns out that you could take up to 5 boxes of free books, just whatever you wanted. And Linda and I were the only ones with scanners. There was another guy who he took out a bunch of books, and they were asking him, "Oh, what are you going to do with these?" And I don't know if he was a bookseller or what, but he didn't have a scanner, and he was just kind of picking willy-nilly. But regardless, I had forgotten my scanner. I put it in my pocket, and I think I lost it, frankly, because I haven't been able to find it since, and I had to order another one. So the Opticon is gone, and I've got an eYoYo that's about half the price that I'm going to try to use. But I miss the Opticon. Great scanner. But so I was in the kids section because everybody else was in the main section, and they asked everybody to stay 6 feet apart. And I think there were no more than 10 people in the whole area total at any one time. They limited the amount of people that they let sign up, and they limited the amount of people that they allowed actually in the sale, which was a very good thing. They ran it very well. I commend them. They did a great job. But I didn't have my scanner, so I was using the Amazon seller app, I was using Scout IQ. So with a scan feature, so it worked well in the kids section. There's nobody else that was in there. And I didn't think I was going to find anything, but as I always say, scan everything. And I was using the Sell Back Your Book feature, which is on Scout IQ. It comes up automatically if you go down to the settings. And I was coming across a lot of 15-cent, 25-cent books, and I figured, well, hey, these are free. I'm coming across a lot of them, so if I get enough, it'll be worth it. And I think I did end up finding maybe $5 to $10 worth of Sell Back Your Book. So that alone was worth it. Linda obviously found a lot more. She had her scanner, and she found maybe $75 to $100 worth of books. When I first walked in, there was a business section, and there were a bunch of computer programming books like, Java, C++, C++, and they were all new. The spine was nice and flat, never been cracked. And I'm like, oh yeah, the mother lode. And I scanned them all, and they weren't worth anything. They were all coming up red, and not even like $1. It was like minus 238, minus 376, and you're just like, oh great. So that's when I went to the kids section and started scanning. And the reason I bring this up is one of the books that I found was a book, I believe it's called I Am the Iceworm. You'll see the listing for it. But when I came across it, it said accept, but it came up as like a $35 book. It's a very skinny hardcover kids book. And I couldn't understand, why is this book $35? I still don't know why it's $35, because the list price was much less. But I looked, and all the copies that were listed were about $35, and all the past copies that sold were about $35. And I was like, well, okay, it's free. I can spend the quarter on the postage that it is going to take to send this in, and we'll just see what happens. And a couple of days ago, I listed it in mid-December, and here we are. This is, I think, February 1st, or it's the 31st today. But it sold a couple of days ago, and it sold for $35. And I show the profit breakdown. The ranking was about 1.5 million, I believe. And again, I show that on the listing, so you can verify and check. And the woman that wrote it, I did some research, and she's a kids writer. She's written some other books. She does some children's workshops. And the only thing I can think of is maybe this is a book that they're using in some schools, maybe for a writing program. There's some course for kids, and part of it is, hey, we're going to be reading this book, and some mom wanted to get a head start for the kid, and they got the I Am the Iceworm. That's the only thing I can think of. But to summarize, it was a wonderful trip. I have since followed up with them because I have a lot of books that aren't any value to me, but I'm sure could be valuable to other members of the community. And once the whole pandemic situation um, gets to a more functional level, I will be um, giving them a lot of books. I told them, hey, I want to donate books. I've got a lot of books to donate. And they're like, great, thank you. So free again is my favorite price. Was able to go to this library sale. I got a couple of boxes of books. Got enough to buy a burrito, as I'm fond of saying, and sold a few books, including I Am the Ice Worm. So that's it for this video. I want to keep it relatively short and be on the lookout for books, guys and gals.